And there are different files that you can import. So we'll be looking at Notebook, PowerPoint, Word docs and PDFs. So just a reminder, if any questions, just pop them again into the chat. So the first thing we're going to look at today is importing any existing files, any important existing notebook files into Presenter 10. So we'll look at some different notebook files: a simple text-based file, a file including images, a file including already interactive icons made in Notebook, and then a file that's a game. So the first thing we're going to do is in Presenter 10. I'm just going to open up a new tab so you can see what it will look like on a blank tab. I'm going to go down to the file and we're going to select import. So you can see in the import section there is a list of file types here that are compatible to be downloaded and imported into Presenter. So you select browse and it will bring up your browser files. So we're going to first look at this notebook here, just sentences of capital letters and full stops. So I'm going to press open. You can see here that it is loading. They'll ask you which pages you want to select. You can select the ones that you like or simply select all. And then we're going to press open. And here you go. You can see that it has converted it. It will always convert it into a new one. So it will have a blank page at the beginning. You can just simply press delete here or delete there. And now you can go in and start editing your new Presenter file. So you can hit the edit button here. We can move those down. We can enlarge. We can hit your text button if you wanted to highlight and make things bold and underlined. So you can see on this page, it's imported the information, but it's moved it onto the next page. So when you do import, sometimes there will be some changes that it makes. So you can simply, I'm on the text button here, the text edit, and I'm just going to drag it out to make it all appear on one line. So you can do that, and then you go. The words will move up. And what you can do as well is press the edit button here. We can highlight those words and we're going to press edit. We're going to align and we're going to just move them all to the left and shift everything to the left so it looks a bit neat. And now we can move those all together. So you can use this page now. The students can come up with their highlighters. They can highlight where a full stop, a capital letter and a full stop should be. And again, this, as you can see, the font size has changed. So we can go again, press your edit button. You can move using that cursor here. And again, if you wanted to make, you can see that the space is missing there. So I can just hit space and enter that. I can highlight, I can make it smaller. We can make it bold. So you can still have all your edit features once you've converted that notebook file. Okay, so I'm going to just close that one down. So that is just importing a notebook file. It was just simple typed in text into Notebook. And now we're going to look at a notebook file that has some images included, and we're looking at 3D shapes. So again, I'll just switch to a new Presenter file. Again, it's the same procedure. We go File, Import, and we're going to go Browse. And this time we're going to be looking at 3D shapes. I'll select that and press Open. And it does say it's uploading one with the same name, but it shouldn't. It does do that for some reason. Okay, so here we go. So now you can see these 3D shapes are being imported and it has all muddled up. So do not worry, we can quickly edit those. So we're going to select our edit button here. And now Presenter has converted. So these images were created in Smart. So what I can do is show you what it looks like in Smart. I'll close that. We can open it in Smart. in Notebook here, and you can have a look. So when it, okay, there has been a question on using it on an iPad, so we'll come back to that one, Amy, as well. I'll come back to that for you. So in Notebook here, so these are the images that were just already provided in the Notebook file, and I just dragged them over here. So now you can see in Presenter, it looks like this. And what Presenter has done, it will have imported it, and it hasn't grouped the images together. So the first thing you'll need to do is highlight it. And this, I'm using my edit feature here, edit here, and group. So now when you move it, the whole cube will move together. So you can see it's done it piece by piece, it's imported them piece by piece. So again, you can highlight and we can group. And now we can move that. And again, we'll have to do that. So I'm going to just move the title away, group them together, and we've got those. So those are your 3D shapes. And again, you can edit your text using the text editing feature. We can bold it, we can make it a bit bigger, we can change the color. So that's the first step you might have to complete when you've imported your Notebook files. Okay, the next page. So this might appear, so this was a soccer ball and it's imported, and you can see the colors of the black hexagons have dragged through and it hasn't imported straight as neatly as we would hope. So what I would do here, if you've imported a notebook and that's appeared like that, I would just move it away, and I actually would just delete it. And then I would hit the media button at the bottom here, and you can see I've already searched for one. So you can go to images, and this is what, again, Presenter 10 does a Google image search for you. So I'm going to type in soccer ball, I'm going to put PNG to get nice images without any backgrounds, and then I can just select the one I want, and it's appeared. So it is still easy. If some of your images come across and they're all really distorted, don't worry, you can just do a quick image search. So again, this was a baked bean tin. I'm just going to delete it, and I'll put in here. And there you go, you can add your cylinder here. Okay, so if that appears there, you can just hopefully hit edit. Sometimes the Wi-Fi drops out. We'll try a different one. There we go. Okay, so if you have imported a notebook file and your images are distorted, you can then, again, you can just do your media, image, and internet search and quickly just import and replace them. So at least you've still got the bones, the idea of your lesson here, and you just need to do the interactive. So again, what we can do here is you can select an image, and you can still use the transparency features as well. So that was an image that's come across from Smart, from Notebook, and this is an image that's come across. So they both work the same. And again, you can still attach your sound. So I've gone edit, attach, and we can still attach a sound to an image that has come across. So you can still do that as well. Anything with Flash, so any of the games that you may have created or the tools that you've used using Flash won't come across, but we can change it up. I've got a file there to show you. So those are just, that's a file, a notebook file with images. We'll close that one down. So the next one is the human rights one, and that file had an interactive icon already in Notebook. So I'll show you it in Notebook first. So in Notebook, the globe was spinning around. Where did it go? Bit of a delay. Okay, so you'll see that in Notebook, we've got the shade. On the second page, you can see this is already spinning. So we're going to convert this one now into presenter file. Close that down. We go to, again, same path, file, import. We're going to browse. Select the one we want to convert. So you see again, it's repeated the name from the previous one, so we can press. And once you open it, it changes. Okay, so what Presenter 10 has done here, it's taken the shade that was used in Notebook and it's provided the curtain that is called in Presenter. So you can place that on top, hit your pointy finger to select, and you can still use that curtain to reveal. Again, this has skewed out a bit, so we can just extend it, and now it fits on the title banner. And if you wanted to just make this look a bit pretty, we can just select it all, edit, and align, and we center it vertically. That didn't work. Okay, or you can just move it. Yeah, so you can still use it has sensed that, okay, there was a shade in there and they've put their version of that shade on top, so you can still use that. And on the next page, if you remember, this was the globe was spinning around, so now that it won't work in Presenter. So what you can do here is, what I would recommend is I would actually delete this. I would go to media, and I know that we've got a 3D model of the Earth. So I would shrink that down a bit just to fit in that same space if you wanted it there. And now when you're at the board, you can move these 3D models around. And there's a little line here. So there was a link attached to that. So the link didn't come across. But you can touch, so it says here, touch around planet to view the video clip. So what I would do here again is delete this and go into media, go into videos. And what Presenter 10 allows you to do is embed YouTube videos. So human rights. And then I'm just going to select a video. I might shrink it down and move that to the bottom. So now when you're in this presentation file, you can just select that video and it appears there. And it will play as well. So, and also if you share this with anyone, that video will go along with that as well. Okay. So a game. So there was a game on Notebook that we had created. And I'll show you what it was. So just 4 in a row. And we can convert that, and we will have to edit this game. So I just show you what it looks like here. So it's just a simple 4 in a row. Minimize that. And again, the same procedure, file, import, browse. 4 in a row, and we'll open that. Okay, it's just 1 page, so we can select that. And again, you can see the circles have been distorted. So what you can do is highlight them all and delete them. And again, do that there, delete. And then I would use your maths tool, no, sorry, the shapes tool here. Select which color you would like, and then which shape you would like, and draw a circle there. Because it's 4 in a row, we're going to duplicate this. So we're going to select an infinite duplication. So now player 2 has his counters. And again, we can repeat that for player 1. We'll select orange. And we play, and then we'll duplicate those as well. So that's edit, edit again, and infinite duplication. And then you can start playing your 4 in a row. And again, we'll just edit the text. go, and you can use this cursor to place that in the title banner. And you've got the game there. So you can see that once it's imported anything from Notebook, as you can see, it doesn't always import like for like, but it isn't too tiresome to just do some quick edits, especially when it comes to images and links that have come across. You can just add those in. If you wanted to add a link, you can just select your image or your title up here, attach, and then just copy and paste those web browsers into here to link to a website. Okay, so that is in converting notebooks. If you start converting notebooks and you're having trouble doing it, just send me an email and we can talk and help you through that. There might be an error message that does appear, which will say the memory on the page is too low. Prowise are aware of this. We've brought that to their attention. They are working hard. Some notebook files, some large notebook files are not coming across as easy as I thought. So they are aware of that, and they will be working hard to get that sorted for you guys. So now we're going to look at PowerPoints, Words, and PDFs. So again, it's the same procedure. We go to import, we go to browse, and this time we'll look at this PowerPoint here, and we'll select it and press open. And with a PowerPoint and a Word and a PDF, it converts it and imports it into an image. So here it's giving us a little thumbnail. So we can select the pages we want, or we can select them all. I'll just select a few for now. And again, it'll convert it and open it, and it will be images. So you won't get as much flexibility as with a notebook file, but you can see that it's come across fine. So if you just wanted to use it as a PowerPoint, you can, and then you've got your capabilities to annotate above it. You can do it that way, or you can type and add shapes on top. So that is a PowerPoint. And again, we'll go through the same process: import, browse, a Word document. Okay, we can set the one that one page, and it brings it up like this. So what you can do for a Word document is it will be padlocked into place. So you unlock it, you can move it to one side, and then you can type and annotate using the tools at the bottom here. So you could annotate here, or you won't be able to edit the text. So it's come in as an image, but there's nothing stopping you. You can use this part of the presentation then to make your notes on that side as well. And again, sorry, this page, you're going to import, browse, and again, it does the same for PDF. So we can select the pages of our PDF, we can open them. And it looks like that. And again, you can click through it, padlock it into place, and then you've got your PDF pages at the bottom, and you can still reorder those pages that you want them into. If you want to reorganize that PDF, you can do that here, and you can flip through that way as well. And again, you can type and draw circles and do your annotation as normal, and type over and edit your PDFs that way. Is there any questions on importing documents? Has anyone tried to do this and hasn't been able to? No, any questions? So I'll go back to Amy's question on how I import when using an iPad Pro. I think if your documents are also on that iPad, you should be able to do it. If your Word docs or your notebook files aren't on that iPad, because it does that browse search, it will search your it will want to find this file. So if the files aren't on the iPad, it won't search for them. Does that make sense, Amy? You don't have to talk, you can just type to me if you wish to. So I think if you've been trying to do it and that's the error, it's probably because it can't search for the documents if it's not on the iPad. If you can see here, we've got a Google Drive in the office. If you can add like a Word, a OneDrive or Google Drive onto the iPad, it might be able to search your files that way. So you could airdrop them into there, then access them on your iPad. Perfect. Give that a try, Amy, and if it doesn't work, just let us know and we can try and help you further as well. Any other questions? Oh, thank you, Susan. I hope this has helped. Yeah, so I think when just reading your comments, Susan, you do need to do a few edits here and there. Some files will just convert easy and you won't need to do many editing. But as you can see, sometimes, most of the time, you will need to convert it because it's converted into what Presenter sees it as rather than what Notebook sees it as, and there will be some discrepancies. Also, a reminder again that anything with Flash, it won't import that. Peter's asking how big a file will it import? My morning circus 50 pages. Okay, I think it shouldn't have a limit because it's on Chrome and it's cloud-based, that there shouldn't be a limit. But like I previously mentioned, there is a memory issue. So if there's a file that has got loads of links, videos, images, sometimes it is struggling to convert those. If it's text, I think it should be able to do 50 pages. I will have a play and I can let you know for sure. Peter, I could email you a definite 50, but I can't see why it shouldn't be an issue because it's Chrome based. You can have up to 30, 35 plus. I've had up to 35 pages in a presentation and it's coped with that. So it should be able to import 50 pages for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know, Peter, once I have had a play and I can let you know. Any other questions? But this session has been recorded as well, and there is another repeat session as well on the 27th. So in the meantime, if you've had a play converting files and you're struggling, you're more than welcome to attend the next session on converting files and we can troubleshoot then as well. And we'll hang around for any questions. But if there is no more, then thank you again for attending this afternoon. It's been great to be able to connect with you virtually, and hopefully we can see you at some future webinars as well.